Welcome back to Soon 73 Tai Chi for lesson number 71 today, which is called Double Crashing Fist. Let's get there in flow and then go over the details. Connected to the space, in case you are in a new one, and connected to the mind, body, and the breath, softening into an upright stance. Teeth together, tip of tongue on roof of mouth, breathing through the nose. Leading us from Wu Ji into Tai Chi. No weight on right foot as it pivots in. Feel the weight centered on both feet as the hands rise, and then the weight sinks all to the right foot. Our first mindful step is with the left foot towards about 10:30. Right palm up. No weight on left heel until we transfer the weight off the right heel to pivot from the waist and leisurely tie coat. Returning to 12 o'clock with the feet in an optimal position for a mindful breath. In through the nose, opening hands, and out through the nose, closing hands. Single whip left with the palms opening and pushing as we transfer the weight. Once our whip is open, we touch the right bubbling well with the right fingers down until the palm faces 12 o'clock for white crane. Flashes wings, leading us to another breath in open and close. And of course, we keep breathing as we step to 9 o'clock for brush knee left. Aware of good alignment, lifting from the crown of the head as we parry the right hand forward. Keeping space between the feet. Parry the left hand forward. The left toes point directly at 9 o'clock, where the right fist punches over left forearm. Sometimes called embrace the tiger, sometimes block and close, but this is push the mountain with the right heel adjusting so left toes pivot forward for open and close. Transferring the weight to the left foot as we look to the right, or 3 o'clock for brush knee right, and leisurely tie coat. Aware of no tension other than what's needed in the muscles to move the bones through space. If we notice tension creep in, we release it immediately, and staying connected to the belly breath helps with that as we inhale, belly and hands expand. As we exhale, hands and belly come back in. All the weight on the right foot for our step back in single whip left. Turning the waist is what opens the right hand and brings in the right foot. Facing full on to 9 o'clock as the right fist punches under left elbow. An empty cat stance on the right foot, looking to 6, stepping down on the heel in our left bow stance, and reversing that, stepping down on the right heel to 12 o'clock in a right bow stance with follow step. A smooth flow in our form to 9 o'clock for leisurely tie coat to the left. Still aware of breathing from the belly is part of all Tai Chi routines. This is the only one I've ever encountered, the Sun style, where we actually Pause slightly for a moment in what the feet are doing to recognize the power of the breath in open and close. Single whip right. Opening the whip to the left, and then withdrawing the right side to take our first right side step in the beautifully named wave hands like clouds. We are as soft and lofty and billowy as clouds drifting through the sky in our second wave right. A mindful positioning of the left foot so it's not too close, compromising our balance. And we take the third right side step for our third wave right. Positioning the left toes more towards 12 or 1 o'clock, and then stepping back in high pat on horse. The left hand comes on top of a ball. Then we rotate that ball and expand chi in hand at chest in toe kick left, condensing energy in hands, expanding again in toe kick right. Orienting to 3 o'clock for the downward punch. All of this is labeled downward punch, looking down in this punch, but still the right knee does not come over the toe. Looking to 9, right foot and fist come out, a subtle flip of the fist before we punch over right forearm. And bring up the left knee, leg parallel with the ground, slapping the right leg. Circling around with the left toes facing around 7 o'clock, right bubbling well touches as we squeeze every muscle, not just the fists, in Subdue the Tiger. Swinging left toe kick is hands open, and then hands come together about the width of the head, whether we step or spin into heel kick right. Left hand under right elbow, and then that changes in the first parry. We step as we flip the hands for the second parry with the right hand going forward. It descends into a fist, and the left fist punches towards 9 o'clock. Embrace the tiger, little touch of right bubbling well before stepping out to push the mountain. Aware of where the feet are in space as we come into open and close. Standing fully on the right foot as we look to 130 and step to 130 in brush knee and leisurely Tai Coat with the left hand and foot drawing in and then going right back out in front. No weight on the left foot. And by turning the waist, that relaxed left leg and foot turn with us until we step into the end point. Right foot positioned slightly in front of where left foot turns in. And another mindful breath, expanding hands and whole body from the belly. Single whip right, or diagonal single whip, as it's officially labeled. Turning back to face 3 o'clock, stable on the right foot as we begin parting the wild horse's mane. First the left hand and foot circle in and out, and then the right. We touch the left bubbling well. The fingers are down as they rise up at the face for the flare. And then we touch the right bubbling well for a moment before stepping into leisurely Tai Coat. Aware of where the feet are in the optimal position without even looking now. Centered weight as we breathe in and open hands And breathe out, closing hands. Single whip left. So the left foot leads the way as the palms open into the push. Turning the waist is what dictates how far the right hand will open. Our first left side step, the left hand is up in our first wave hands like clouds to the left. Right foot ideally does not come closer than shoulder or hip width. Second left side step, when the heel goes down, the hands pass, and that's when we shift our weight and wave. Right foot in, as the heel goes down, the hands change. And then we take our third mindful left side step. For the third, wave hands like clouds left. Right toes turn in, right palm turns up, coming into lowering towards 9 o'clock. The left hand goes over the right elbow as the hands lightly circle, right hand positioned in front of right thigh until fingers point down and we lower onto the left leg without letting the knee go far forward. A smallish step of the right foot guarantees that the right knee will not go too far forward. Covering the left ear and putting the foot down mindfully. The left toe points roughly to 7 o'clock. Right toes turn in, and then right toes turn out a little. We position the hands on opposite sides of the thighs as we touch left bubbling well in, fan through the back. An invisible expansion of force at the chest before finding symmetry and stepping out towards 3 o'clock. Another invisible expansion of force at the chest before we step with the left foot to 2 o'clock for our first Fair Lady Works the Shuttle. The entire time we practice, we attempt to keep the armpits slightly open. Even here, with the left arm across the chest, armpits slightly open as right hand comes across in our third Fair Lady towards 4:30. Bringing in the empty left foot, it becomes full of our weight again, allowing right foot to step to 10:30 for the final Fair Lady Works the Shuttle. And higher horse or high pat on horse, where we hold a ball of energy as we step around, getting rooted into the left foot, fingers point up. We can pat the foot or the knee with the right hand, then the left, and a low punch. 1, 2, 3. The sinking and punching happens simultaneously before stepping back with the right foot, turning the wheel, as it's called in QiGong. Then left bubbling well touches and steps out with our 2 fists crashing down as we transfer weight. Right bubbling well touches. Then we step into 3 o'clock's version of leisurely Tai Chi. That double fist, very different than the one we're learning today. Get comfy with the feet at hip width for another conscious breath in and out that's never rushed. Stepping back with the left foot. Once it's flat, open the palms in single whips, push to 12. Turning the waist is what guides the right hand and the right foot coming in. Pivoting towards 9 o'clock to step into 7 stars. The right foot takes all of our weight as we open the hands and ride the tiger, touching left bubbling well. Picking up the left knee, we can spin as we push Or we can step on the heels all the way around to face 9 o'clock for the lotus kick. Floating down, hands open at the hip. Shifting the weight to the right foot, we then turn and push towards 7 o'clock. Today's lesson, we make 2 fists and step towards 7 o'clock with the left foot. The fists rise and we transfer weight punching towards 7, touching right bubbling well. Right foot goes down, takes all of our weight. Left toes are up and we turn our fists up as we pivot back to 12 o'clock. That's 71, double crashing fist, which ends roughly in this position. We're on the right foot and the left toes are turned in, and the fists are in front of the body, palm up, with the left fist further in front and the right fist kind of beside the left forearm, both palms up. So here's another angle, hopefully from the front for you, in our double crashing fists. I'm going to make you my 12 o'clock so that when I come around with the 2 fists, you can actually see how we get there. So as we end our spinning lotus kick, we're facing 9 o'clock. The hands descend, they come palm up at the hip, and we turn and push and bend bow, shoot tiger. We make 2 fists as the left foot steps towards 7 o'clock. We shift our weight to the left foot and double punch with the right foot follow step, going flat to take our weight. We bring in the left toes as we turn to 12. The fists turn up. Let's go through all the details. We know that at this point, after we've bent the bow and shot the tiger, we're here, facing roughly 7 o'clock with the palms open in front of the shoulders, the weight on the right foot, which is facing 9 o'clock. So let's go over the footwork of move 71. Here, with the weight on the right foot, the left foot will step directly towards 7 o'clock. It takes our weight, and we have a follow step that touches the right bubbling well. Then, the back right foot takes our weight, and we turn from the waist, bringing the left foot in as far as we can. That's where the weight will be on the left foot. Let's go over it a few times. After we've done our spinning lotus kick, the right foot is facing roughly 9 o'clock in bend bow shoot tiger. So we're picking up the left foot and turning it, stepping on the heel towards 7 o'clock. We have a follow step with the right bubbling well touching. So the right foot is roughly towards 9 o'clock as it takes our weight, and we pivot in the left toes as far as is comfortable, where we will eventually transfer the weight to the left foot. So again, after the lotus kick and our bend bow shoot tiger towards 7 o'clock, weights on right foot. Step with the left foot towards 7 o'clock. Shift the weight to the left foot, touching right bubbling well, right toes roughly to 9 o'clock. Right foot goes flat, turn the waist to bring in the left toes as far as is comfortable. One more time with the feet. We have the spinning lotus kick, where there's some space between our feet and the right toe faces 9 o'clock in bend bow, shoot tiger. Then the right foot has all of our weight as the left foot steps mindfully on the heel towards 7 o'clock. It takes our weight, right bubbling well touches. Right foot goes flat and takes our weight. And by turning the waist, we bring the left toes in as far as we can. Let's bring in the hands. We know that after our spinning lotus kick, the hands are open at the hips, and then they rise. As we turn, they push towards 7. So the palms are facing 7 as we begin the double crashing fists. So the left foot steps to 7 and 2 fists form coming into the hips. As we shift the weight to the left foot, 2 fists come up and punch towards 7 with the follow step. The fists are roughly shoulder width. We shift the weight to the right foot, and as we turn in the left foot, the fists turn up, palm up. So we're turning to face 12 o'clock. And again, so that you can see it, the fists turn up into this position. After spinning lotus kick, the hands are open at the hip before they rise and push in bend bow, shoe tiger. Move 71, double crashing fists. Left foot steps to 7, bring 2 fists into the hip. They come up as we transfer weight, follow step, double punch. Then weights on the right foot. As we turn in the left toes, the fists turn up at the height of the chest, and the right hand is punching pretty close to the left forearm. Pretty close to the left forearm. A few times. Spinning lotus kick leads us to bend bow, shoot tiger towards 7 o'clock. Double crashing fists. Make 2 fists. Step with left foot towards 7. Fists are at the hip. Shift the weight and double punch with follow step. Put the right foot down. Let it have all the weight. Pivoting on the left heel, the fists flip up. So we're kind of in an awkward position at the end of this move. But that's okay. That's remedied in our flow when we come into the next move. But let's get our double crashing fist before the next move. After bend bow, shoot tiger. Right foot to 9, facing 7. Left foot steps to 7 as 2 fists come in while we step. When the foot is down, the hands come up, we transfer weight, punch with right follow step. The right follow step goes flat. Turning the waist brings in left foot. Both fists turn up. We turn as far towards 12 o'clock as we can. That distance will be a little bit different for everybody based on your strength and flexibility. A few repetitions help us to build that strength and flexibility. After bend bow, shoot tiger, move 71. Left foot steps to 7 as we bring 2 fists to the hip. Shift the weight for a double punch with follow step. Put the right foot down, turn the waist, bring in left foot, turn the fists, palm up to the sky. Roughly at the end, we'll be standing so that the right toes are facing off in this direction towards 9 or 10, and the left toes are pretty close to 12, or as close to 12 as we can get them. A couple more times for this very dynamic move. After bend bow, shoot tiger, double crashing fists come in as we step to 7 o'clock. Then we're ready to punch towards 7 with right follow step. Put the follow foot flat and give it your weight, bringing in the left toes, the fists flip up. We are turning back to our 12 o'clock. Spinning lotus kick with the right foot facing 9 o'clock in bend bow, shoot tiger. But the body is now facing 7 o'clock as we bring in our fists, the left foot steps. We transfer weight, bring up the fists, double punch, fists about shoulder width here until the right foot goes flat, takes our weight, and as we turn in the left toes, now the arms come closer together with the right fist very close to the left forearm, but not quite touching it. Spinning lotus kick. Left toes are pointing roughly at 7 o'clock in bend bow, shoot tiger, where we turn and face. Stepping with the left foot towards 7 o'clock, bringing 2 fists to the hips. They rise and punch with the follow step, going flat to take our weight. Turning the waist, brings in the left foot and turns both fists palm up to the sky. Let's take it into flow, but not all the way back. Let's just go here at the end point. Our final open and close, facing 12 o'clock, breathing in, hands open, breathing out, hands close. Shift the weight to the right foot for single whip back to the left, palms open to the front. Turn the waist, opening right hand. Bring in right toes and get set up to step with the left foot into 7 stars. Then ride the tiger, touching left bubbling well. Right hand comes down and we can choose to spin or step as the hands push, preparing us to face 9 o'clock for the lotus kick. Putting the right foot down, the palms are open at the hip. They rise, and then we turn and push to 7. In double crashing fists, the fists come in while the left foot steps to 7. We shift the weight and add the double punch with follow step. Plant the right foot, let it have the weight. Turn towards 12 with the left toes coming in and the palms flipping up to the sky, but still holding 2 fists. I would encourage you to go back to the beginning of the video and run through the entire thing, number 1 through 71. And then when you're ready, I will see you back here for the next lesson.